This episode is sponsored by iTunes. Go to www.cheapseatreviews.com. Click on the iTunes button, purchase anything you want, and a small portion will go to this podcast.
Zombeavers, Zombeavers. You hear your sweetheart scream. She tells you why you don't believe her. She saw one in the bathroom. It's no lie. It's a Zombeaver, contaminated by toxic goo. A random genetic mistake. They're semi-aquatic. They're hungry for you. Boys and girls, stay away from the lake.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is CheapSeat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to CheapSeat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good, or in this case, for no reason at all except that someone told us to. This is episode 87, and today we are talking about Zombeavers. I am Sean Orr.
Wait. What did you say? Were there zombies that are beavers?
Zombeavers.
Wow. That's a great title.
Yeah.
It tells you exactly what to expect out of a movie.
Right, like cowboys and aliens. Like, you know that you're going to get cowboys and aliens.
That's actually very true.
Yeah, so this was Zombeavers. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew, feels like a Power Ranger Jemison.
Absolutely.
Corny goes topless to avoid tan lines too. Logan.
That's actually very true. You just see it. Look, take a look now. I'm just kidding.
Okay. And Sam, is that a foot in a bag, or are you just a foot bag? Okay, Vector.
I think I am going to go topless for this episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes.
Oh God!
Pull a chair,
much better.
And let's dive in.
I was like somebody opened the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, we can't. Close your eyes, Marion. Close your eyes. Jeez.
There we go.
Damn you, white son.
Man.
Do you think the neighbor lady swims topless too?
I don't know.
So I wonder if the NPR guy Mo Rocca does his podcast topless.
I don't know. Though I do like Mo Rocca from, mostly know him from Wait, Don't Tell Me, but I do like him. But he's not on this podcast, so let's pull up a comfy chair and dive into it. This is Zombeavers. This is 2014 Zombeavers. This is our second film in our Halloween Spectacular, our annual Halloween Spectacular, where we find scary-ish movies to watch and critique and laugh at or be scared of or whatever. This particular movie comes to us from Andrew, and actually it came from one of your students, Andrew. And
yes.
Therefore you forwarded it to us, and therefore, since we cannot yell at your students, we will yell at you.
Awesome.
Because I hate you tremendously. Now, Andrew is here to defend himself because, again, if you heard last week, Chad is moving, moving.
I mean, he's alive, so of course.
Yeah, he is alive and well, but it is a process to move, so it's just taken him some time, and that's okay. So we miss him, but and I'm pretty sure he should be back next week for Saw, and definitely he'll be here for The Exorcist. So. Yes. But thank you, Andrew, once again.
Wait. Are you coming to a conclusion?
Oh, not the or The Exorcist or the ABCs of Death, whatever.
Although since it's in about a 60-point lead over ABCs, it's going to be hard to overcome that.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
What if I tell all my students to vote for ABCs?
Well, if that's what they want us, but that means they have to listen to the episode. Each one of them will have to download that episode.
I don't know that I want my students listening to this.
Good point.
That's actually pretty fair. So this movie, what is Zombeavers? Well, Unfortunately, because of a technical error, and that technically error was me, we do not have Catherine's wonderful melodious British accent to soothe us through this hot piece of shit that is this movie. So I think we actually have a voiceover from the Angry Scotsman. Let's see what happens.
Well, good evening, you bastards. It's been a while, yeah? I would like to tell you what this movie that you're watching is about. It's first of all called Zombeavers, right? Zombie Beavers. And that's what the movie's about. No, a fun weekend. Yeah? Turns into madness and horror as a bunch of groupies, or hot teenagers with titties, looking for fun in a beaver-infested swamp, get into trouble. And, might I just say, in Scotland, we don't call them beavers. We call them vaginas. Ta-ta!
Oh, well, it sounds like the Angry Scotsman is doing well and has poor internet in Scotland. Maybe next time he sends us a video recording, he should not actually send it. He should turn off his camera. That's just my opinion. So this is that. This is your typical girls go into the cabin in the woods and then bad things happen to them. So every movie trope, every horror movie trope that has ever been invented was in this movie. So I stopped writing them because there was just no point to continue to write them. But we'll talk about those later. I know Andrew had seen this before. Anyone else had seen this before? Corny, this can't be one.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Not even at 3 a.m.
No.
Sam?
No, never seen it.
All right, so Andrew, you get to lead off. I know you've seen it recently, but your initial thoughts.
Right. Okay, so when about, I guess, a year ago, I was talking with some of my students about movies, and I told them about this podcast, and I pray to God they didn't go and listen to it, but they said, you should you should do this movie called Zombeavers. And I immediately said, what the hell is that? Only, I didn't say that to my student, but
You probably did.
yeah, I did. And so I went home that night and watched it, and I laughed my ass off just thinking that my students watched this movie. And so
It was a coming of age movie for him.
it really was. It really was. I pictured myself as a high schooler watching this movie, thinking it would be awesome as a high schooler.
Because there's boobies.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Stop it.
Okay.
Oh, you done?
Oh, and yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Corny.
Well, fortunately, because of this podcast, we watched Poultrygeist some time ago. I was actually quite prepared for what I was about to see. And this movie lived up to my expectations completely. I knew I would see some weird stuff that happened. I knew I would see boobies. That happened. I knew I would see some type of body part getting removed. That happened. So, all in all, this was the perfect movie to follow up Poultrygeist. So,
Right.
there we go.
Ugh, Poultrygeist. I will say this about this particular. This isn't my whatever, but I was eating my lunch when I watched this movie, and that was fine.
That was a bad idea.
No, this was okay. I couldn't eat for a couple of hours after watching Poultrygeist.
Yeah.
Just on the bathroom scene alone.
You know what?
Oh,
you know what
God.
both of these movies gave us, though? Awesome songs.
Oh my
Awesome
gosh!
That is true.
So,
yeah.
speaking so during the intro, I got very excited listening to the song, and at the end of the movie when I watched it yesterday, I thought, man, that really sounds like Richard Cheese. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Mr. Cheese, he does like a lot of pop tunes, but in very lounge jazz type of sound.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so and I actually play in a band that we don't necessarily do that, but we do take a lot of pop tunes and we turn around and make it some type of jazz feel. And a lot of people will kind of mention it. You guys ever listen to Richard Cheese? Like, yes, we do. So I was very happy to know that Richard Cheese decided to lend his silky smooth vocal chords to this tune or this movie.
His Sinatra-like.
Yeah,
I know
mean,
it's
so
great.
yeah.
It really is good.
yeah,
I kind of thought it was like Sinatra Jr. there for a while.
that would have been pretty nice. Yeah, Sam.
This was my first time seeing this movie, and I had gotten the text from Sean saying that he hated Andrew, and so I went into this thing with very low expectations, along the lines of Poultrygeist type of what I was going to get, and I believe it or not, I was pleasantly surprised. For what the movie was made to do, I thought it did pretty well. There was a few little jump scares, and there was a few laughs throughout this movie that I was unprepared to find funny when I first started it. But I hate to say it, it's not a cinematic masterpiece by any means, but it's kind of a fun little flick.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sean?
I'm gonna 1000% disagree.
Sean still hates me.
I knew going into this that I was gonna hate this movie, and then after having watched it, still hated it. Though this isn't Poultrygeist level, let's be fair. This isn't Poultrygeist level, but I think I'd rather watch Rubber than this.
What?
Yeah, and that's saying something.
Damn, that's
Wow.
I love campy movies. I love the campy horror, like
Okay.
where it's like people are like sitting around. They're like, you know what? Let's make a horror movie, and we're gonna make it campy and kind of dumb, and that's okay. You know, your Army of Darkness, your like Cabin in the Woods is campy on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like the intentionality of that movie is we're gonna do all these movie tropes, but with the intention of it being kind of tongue in cheek, so to speak. This to me screamed 6 frat boys, and I use that term as a derogatory term because all the 4 of us are in the same fraternity, but we are not frat boys. Okay. You know, I'm talking about like the frat boys with the pop collar and the backwards
Yo,
hat.
bro, what's up, man?
Yeah, who says stuff like that with the tucked in T-shirt in the front, but it's loose in the back. Yeah, you're prototypical douchebag.
Business
right?
up front, party in the back.
You got 6 douchebags who are sitting around, and one of them is rich because he lives in California because that's where this film is made. And he's like, "Hey, my dad's got some money. We should go make a stupid movie where we can get girls to take their shirts off, and we can make a bunch of stupid jokes about their beavers." Right? Oh, okay. It'll be funny. What if we're gonna make beaver jokes, then we should make them zombie beavers. Oh my gosh, this is our movie, and that's what they did. Like there was the intentionality of this movie was.
Wait. So, Beaver stands for something else?
Stop it. If you're 13 and you're listening to this podcast, which is fine.
You really shouldn't. You should.
Yeah,
turn
this
us off
particular
right
episode actually might not be a good one for you. If you have no idea what we're talking about, go to Urban Dictionary, Beaver. Yeah, go do that right now. You will love it. And this episode
God, look at what it says.
Yeah, this episode will probably be a little funnier.
It says animal killed for its pelt. That's all it says. What are you talking about?
On Urban Dictionary?
Flattish tail used for defense.
I can't believe
slapping against the water.
I don't believe anything you're saying right now.
Sharp teeth that grow all the time and used it to chisel trees.
To chisel? That's a word they use?
That is. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not exactly what the Urban Dictionary says.
No, it also says whittle, so they make little toys for children.
Yeah, go to Urban Dictionary. It'll tell you exactly what you need to know.
All right, so I'll see about 3 words that I've heard in the last hour. So,
here's my rebuttal, Sean.
Okay.
My rebuttal, and I'm being serious, is that this movie was not made to be a Saving Private Ryan, Schindler's List.
I know that.
This was a frat boy movie.
That's my problem.
This was a movie that frats around the world might sit down and watch with their pop collars and untucked T-shirts.
See, again, that's my problem. If you want to make a campy horror movie, then do a campy horror movie. But don't make every character in the movie unlikable. I wanted all of them to die. The only character that I didn't want to die was the dog. And then when it got killed, I actually wanted it to come back as a zombie dog, which under the rules of this movie, it should have done.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to kill Zoe because then it would have been funnier.
I will say, Zoe, I don't understand why they would bring her along because she was completely unlikable.
Right.
I actually was a very big fan of Zoe.
Yeah, you're a big fan because you got to see her boobies, and I like, and they were nice boobies, and I liked
them too.
I liked her accent. Her southern accent was actually believable, and it wasn't annoying. But and she was attractive, but she was a complete bitch. No one has friends like that. And
Sean,
let me have you hang out with my band.
If you can't find the crazy person on the bus, Sean,
then it's you. Yeah. If you're saying that I'm the bitch of this group, then I guess I'll have to wear that mantle proudly because
we'll say it's Chad. He's not here to defend himself.
That's not true. Chad's just
it's Chad after 2:00 in the morning.
That's actually fair. Chad after 2 a.m. is kind of a bitch.
I love you, Chad.
And he knows that. So he knows that. He owns it.
Yeah. Not allowed to play games.
If we're still playing Smash Brothers, it's 2 a.m. Good night, Chad. He's like, all right, good night, because he knows.
Never try to steal his keys while he's drunk on a mattress in a cabin.
We can't tell that story on air.
No, we can't.
Oh.
Anyway,
we could.
I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know.
No, but we'll talk about that off air. But I don't know. That's my problem with the movie is that
I think you're reviewing it in the wrong light.
No, I'm not. I'm reviewing in the light. I'm going to review any other movie. Just I hated Poltergeist because it was gross and stupid. You know, that's why I hated.
But you yourself said that once you figured it out, it was a toxic Avenger story.
Yeah,
you saw it in a different light.
But then I understood what was happening. I still hated it. But then I was like, oh, I get it now. It's trauma. That's why they're doing all this ridiculous things. This, again, it just felt like the guys in the movie were useless and awful. They were horrible people. It makes my body sad to think that there are people like that in the world. Like, the guys, like, I get the whole, like, we're going to sneak up on the girls and play a mean joke and whatever. I kind of get that part. Whatever. That's kind of funny. But then he jumps out and farts at him? Who does that? That's stupid. Who wants to have sex with that? Who does that? No one. And then the guy's all like, oh, my dick is asleep and I need her to wake it up. Like,
that's what I was trying to remember to talk about earlier.
Like that dialogue.
I was going to say, my foot's asleep, Sean.
Yeah, that dialogue, just like, I hated that stuff. But again, I will shed some fun. There was some fun in this movie. You know, there's some, and I think I captured pretty much all of them. For the video or on audio, but I don't know. You're gonna have to try really hard, Sam, to defend this movie to get me to just not give it like a 1 at the end of the episode. And this isn't even one that like I feel like if we would have watched together, I would have had a better time.
Yeah.
Because again, there was moments that I laughed, but just I don't know. And
that alone should get it. A few points.
The thing is like, and please understand me. It's not like I thought it was bad filmmaking. I actually thought that the practical effects were actually pretty good. The makeup
was,
the makeup was actually pretty good. I mean, that was a real bear that they had there on set. They actually had a bear wrangler come in, and I saw it in the credits. That's why
I thought actually, I thought they were making good use of stock video there for a minute. With the bear, but
you can tell when it's stock footage. When you have like a shit film like this, then they can't afford. Like if it's stock footage, the stock footage always looks so much worse than the movie. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like you can usually tell, because the stock footage that they would be able to afford it was probably cheaper to actually because they were in California. It was probably just cheaper to rent a bear for 6 hours of filming just to have him come out there and stand up and roar and then I don't know how they made his eyes glow like that. Maybe I guess they did that
After
Effects or something.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they were like, "Hey bear, let me put some contacts on you."
Hey bear.
That's sure that's how that worked.
Sound like Yogi.
Yeah.
Hey boo boo.
So
we need a couple more beaver attacks.
Yeah. That would actually have been pretty
I
funny.
actually kind of thought a beaver would bite the bear, and the bear would turn into a zombie.
But it did at the end.
It did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with the context. Yeah, because remember when they were trying to escape towards the end and the bear stood up and his eyes were all glowy and gray?
I did not even
Yeah, the bear
notice.
turned into one. That's what I'm saying. Like, the rules were like, if you get bit by the beaver, you get turned into a zombie.
And how long it took.
Yeah, that
didn't make
kept
any sense.
that kept changing. Yeah, the rule, but whatever.
Because you would got the guy with the floating foot. I would have thought would have changed a lot earlier than he did.
Yeah, he should have changed. Yeah,
Well, I guess maybe he bled out and they didn't get in his bloodstream as soon.
I guess
I don't even know why.
it would have been pretty cool though if they could have put a chainsaw on his stomach. That would have been pretty cool.
Speaking of, has anybody seen that Ash versus the Evil Dead's getting really good reviews?
No, is it already out?
No, it's out in 3 weeks, but they did it at
Oh,
the Comic-Con in New York.
I cannot wait. I'm actually looking forward. See, again, that's camp, but like that's the intentional camp. Like Hobo with a Shotgun was intentional camp. You know?
Oh,
like,
what a piece of shit movie!
like it's a terrible film, but what they were doing was like a genuine product of campy, silly, over the top violence kind of a thing. I don't
That's
know.
all I know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I would rather watch Hobo with a Shotgun than this movie. I don't know. Maybe because the characters are a little more likable.
Well,
I
actually,
don't know.
I don't know. I'm as much as I love Hobo with a Shotgun, this movie was less terrible in terms of violence.
Well, in terms of violence, yeah. But in Hobo with a Shotgun,
What about production value? I haven't seen Hobo.
No one got
production
their.
value was just terrible in Hobo.
No, it wasn't. It was pretty good.
Oh, that's actually true because it was very low.
It
budget,
was
but-
yeah, it was a low budget, but think about it. The graininess of the film, the movie, I think is a product of the intentionality. Because remember, the movie is supposedly set like in the 80s.
Right. Good point.
So it's supposed to. It looks. In fact, Sam, you're gonna laugh at this. This looks like the town looks like a small Detroit. Like it's like it's like shit everywhere. It's like the worst thing ever. You can only get there by train apparently. This town is awful. It's a horrible, horrible town. You ever seen the movie Walking Tall?
By the way, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good
Is that
movie.
the guy, the wrestler?
Yeah, with the Rock.
2x4?
Yeah.
Okay.
The wrestler.
Based on a true story?
It is
What?
based on a true story. So, like, basically the concept is, this is how the comparison is that town is, like, in the middle of nowhere, and they're all kind of on their own to kind of exist and survive and things, right? And that's how the bad guys are able to kind of rise to power without external influences because it's in the middle of nowhere. That's kind of the same idea as that Hobo with a Shotgun town is just this little town where the weird mayor has kind of it rules over everyone because of reasons. He does have ninja robots, though, so...
He does.
You need to see it, Sam.
By the way, it makes 2 movies with ninja robots.
I was gonna say, haven't we seen Star Crash or something
Yeah.
with?
These ninja robots are way better than those ninja robots.
Oh no, I thought that the Star Crash ninja robots were amazing.
Well, they were amazing for different reasons.
I can't even say that. It was
Speaking
great.
of robots, I want a remote control beaver.
I think they actually make those.
I actually thought you were
I was
going.
like,
I actually thought you were going to say the remote controlled BB-8, the new droid from the new Star Wars, but you went with
Beaver. Yeah.
Beaver.
Well, I
Those
think
little
if you
floating
call,
beavers?
I think if you call Adam and Eve, I think they will.
Yeah, they might have something for you.
Night
okay.
Secrets, maybe.
Yeah, they might have something there for you. Oh, you mean like an actual stuffed beaver that you can drive around and terrorize your dog with?
I'm pretty
Wait,
sure
they make
Adam
some
and
you
Eve
can
will
drive
supply-
around in.
Oh,
I
you're
wanna
such
get in
guys.
one of
This is
those.
awesome.
I knew this was going to happen on this particular episode because why not? That's what they did in the movie the whole time.
Stop making beaver jokes.
I've never seen a beaver. Well, if you go down there more often, you'd see one. Like,
And by that, they meant down south, you know. Ha
yeah. And at the end of the movie, when Buck is dying and he like she's driving the truck and he just leans forward and he's like, "I'm so sorry, I never went down on you. As soon as we get out of this, I'm gonna go down on you like all the time." Like, and she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet. Like, that's such a douchebag thing to say." Oh well, whatever.
I thought he was the best character, though.
He was.
I wanted him to speak more.
He was the funniest. He certainly had the best one-liners. I mean, half of my clips are from him. And he only has like 4 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, I expect him to live longer because during the opening little sequence of, they're doing the credits, they show his little, beanied head running around. I thought, well, he'll be the comic relief that lasts pretty long.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too, that he wouldn't be the first to go like that he was. I mean, he was basically useless for most of the movie.
Yeah, especially with 1 foot.
All right. So let me ask you guys this then.
Feels like a Power Ranger.
You mean this?
Oh, I feel like a Power Ranger!
Is that what you're referring to, Cordy?
I love it. See, how can you?
Oh, I feel like a Power Ranger!
Yeah, I'm keeping that forever.
I'm gonna have to.
So
use
when
that
I watched
line
the
once
credits
in-
and they were
once in a
going through
while.
that, it just
Yeah. All right. So there was 2 things in this movie that were actually genuinely good: the outtakes, which were pretty funny, and the song that I played at the beginning. Other than that, all right. Something else that genuinely pissed me off about this movie. Okay, and I don't know why they did it, and there was really no reason to do it. So you have a horror movie. So where's the drama? The drama is beavers are trying to kill you, right?
Yeah.
So why do you have to have this stupid, useless love triangle that was just pissing me off? Like,
Because you have the hope that it's going to be a love triangle
Why?
eventually in the movie.
why?
Because
you expected it to be a
fraternity
threesome?
pop collars. Wouldn't you want? Hey, those girls were kind of hot.
Those girls were hot, and I'm fine with that. And when she crawls in bed with the other girl for half a second, I kind of got excited. But I mean, let's be honest, okay? We all kind of got excited, and then she turned into beaver face.
I found it gross. Oh, I'm just kidding. That was
But
awesome.
it was useless and annoying, and that guy was a whiny bitch. I mean, I wanted to punch him in the throat repeatedly. I mean,
Wow.
you know, like saying like he's like the
You're
like,
almost as violent as these beavers in the movie.
like the beavers are attacking, and he's complaining that he's got like a splinter or something. Like, are you kidding me? Like the guy doesn't have a foot, and he's over here like, I'm gonna do all the heavy lifting because I'm a man. And then the 2 girls are moving the couch, and he picks up a piece of wood. Like now, if you throw, and he kind of reminded me of Will Wheaton a little bit.
Will Wheaton.
Because he kind of
Will
looked like him.
Wheaton.
If you would have had Will Wheaton in that role, I would have loved
That actually
it.
would have been great.
It would have been perfect.
You can't afford Will Wheaton.
No,
in
they
that.
can't afford.
But
Will
they
Wheaton.
could afford Bill Burr and John Mayer.
Yeah, and this was
Where
John.
I don't. I never saw John Mayer.
All right, you ready for John Mayer? I'll tell
Yeah.
you right where he is.
Hey man, you see that deer up there?
Yeah, I see.
I don't think you do.
So the guy that's asking him if you see the deer, that's John Mayer.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the comedian is Bill Burr, and he's actually pretty funny. If you get a chance to, ladies and gentlemen playing at home, you should totally check out a couple of his specials on Netflix. They're actually pretty funny. They're kind of vulgar, so don't watch them with people you love.
Right. Yeah, that's John Mayer. It was just funny. I don't think you do. And that deer was made of grape jelly. Good God.
And by the way, I love how that comes around.
Yeah, no, that was clever, and I want to talk about that towards the end. I have kind of learned though that if I like a movie, I generally don't take a whole lot of notes. I took a lot of notes on this one. That music that she plays at one point was really stupid. Like it wasn't even like actual EDM, which is electronic dance music for those playing at home.
That was pretty bad. Yeah.
It was stupid.
I probably would have punched her in the face.
Yeah, while she's driving.
No, I wouldn't, because I'd want to lick that face later.
Oh, ooh.
What? I'm sorry. What the hell just happened?
That just got weird. Sam, are you trying to?
Oh, I feel like a Power Ranger!
Is that what's happening?
What were some of the outtakes? Was it?
I'm not. Why, my mama didn't love me, and why are you with me? Because you're so much hotter than I am, or something like that. I don't know. The cabin looked like the cabin from Tucker and Dale on the inside, just without all the horrible stuff hanging.
I will say this movie made me miss Tucker and Dale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it again.
See,
before
Tucker
Halloween.
and Dale is like intentional camp. You know, like
Yeah. But it's smart, intentional camp.
Sorry, Corny's watch over here. His smart watch is over here making the Power Ranger noise.
I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be louder.
Kind of freaked me out for a second.
But Tucker and Dale are smart. It's a smart writing style.
Yeah, it is. It's clever and
it turns the tropes on their head.
You should give them a sample.
So
Yeah,
this Beaver movie's idea of turning tropes on their head is to make the attractive with it guy a wimp.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I don't know. I mean,
and the girl you hate the most
is the one that lives ish.
is the one that, well, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So no one expected Blondie to go as quickly as she did.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't expect her to turn into Beaver face. And
Did you know she was like a beauty pageant?
I only know that because I was creeping on her IMDb photos. She was Miss Illinois.
Oh, that's right, Illinois. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Yeah. Well, they were all attractive girls. Again, they did well. Director Jordan Rubin did well with that part.
Except I've got to say something.
Of course you do.
They showed a lot of leg in this movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There are a few shots in this movie where their legs look translucently veiny, purplish.
So Sam mentions that in the and he's like, hey, check out like the 9-minute mark. So like when the girls get to the cabin and they're talking with the old lady and she says funny things like
None of us have had sex. Ever.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay, Mary. My daughter's a total bitch, too. A real whore. Sometimes she brings people home, I don't even know what sex they are. And I'm not saying anything negative about them. I'm a very, very liberal woman. But my daughter is a real piece of work and not that attractive. Well, if you girls need anything, you know where to find us.
And they're standing there. That was funny. And you're right, Sam. Like, you can.
Right?
I don't know if it was because it was cold, maybe, or maybe they had been standing there like a long time and they couldn't afford to put makeup on their legs. But it did look a little weird. I don't know what you're talking about.
Even girls in real life, it just doesn't seem like, when you see them out. Let's just say, spring in Boone, North Carolina, when the legs finally get uncovered.
Right.
They're not veiny and translucent.
I don't know what was happening, but something was happening. I don't think it was because all 3 girls were looking like that. So there's some kind of outside force. It can't just be the fact that all 3 girls were, I don't know, malnourished or something. And apparently the dog from the movie has survived and is at Sam's house.
Yes, Kimberly put her outside, and for some reason, she's down here at the door. I need to go get her. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So while Sam does that, so this movie does the thing that I find both funny and frustrating. And I don't know why, but mostly frustrating. Why that line that I played, why is it funny? Corny.
Oh, with the old lady?
Yeah.
Because it's an old lady saying dirty things.
Right.
Betty White, eat your heart out.
Right. That's actually my favorite of those.
Yeah.
If you've not seen Lake Placid, to see Betty White say the phrase, "If I had a dick, I would tell you to suck it," is one of the best things you will ever see in cinematic history. But I don't know why, but for some reason it just kind of bothers me because I almost feel like it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not blaxploitation. It's like old exploitation or
I don't know.
what's the word? Osteo? No, that's the right one.
Osteoporosis.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Geriatric exploitation.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, it's funny because it's an old person saying it, like this thing that happened.
Did you hear something?
Did I hear what?
Banging. Hollering.
Oh, it's just those kids scissoring each other to Lady Gaga.
Like, that's funny because it's an old guy.
I'm not gonna lie. So
I'm sorry. It's not just funny because he's old. That's damn funny.
But I think like if I would have said it, it wouldn't have been as funny.
No, actually, I think it would have been damn funny.
Been really funny.
You still think so? I think it's funny.
I still would have giggled. Yeah.
So, and if you would have added the motion of putting your fingers together, that would have just made.
Oh, he did it! Oh, I just saw it. Oh, that's gross. So I was watching the movie, and I'm kind of laying in the bed and watching the movie go on. And of course, my wife walked in and was like, "What the hell are you watching?" I was like, "I don't know," but he says that. And I go on for about another 30, 40 seconds. I was like, wait, what the hell did I just hear? And I went back and played it again.
As soon as he said it, I was like, yep, I'm going to capture that one. Because I knew I was going to have to.
Yeah, this was definitely a movie that you'd be embarrassed getting caught watching.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So there was another thing that they tried to do in the movie where, and this is maybe this is another thing, the reason why I didn't like this movie is because they kept stealing ideas from other movies instead of having their own. So they did the scene where the beaver is like running through the grass, and it's like beaver
camp.
Beaver vision.
They're beaver leavers.
They stole that from the Evil Dead, and the Evil Dead does it the best, right? Where it's doing.
Well, the Evil Dead also didn't do it with a flashlight attached.
That was it that pissed me off. I'm like, why is there a flashlight on their? It's like
their eyes are shiny, you know.
Yeah, but why is there a flashlight? I guess the only thing I can think of is that they wanted to do the attack at night, but they I mean, obviously the camera can't pick up with so much light. Like, I understand that, but then do it at dusk. You film it at dusk, and then you can actually color correct in post to darker, but you can still see the grass.
Yeah,
like that's not a hard technique. I'm not just saying it because I've worked on some movies, which I have, but that's not the point. The point is that you can make it work instead of having some douchebag with a flashlight with a camera attached to it. It just, I mean, my literal note was, do the beavers have flashlights on their heads?
Leave the guy alone. He's just considering somebody else listening to Lady Gaga.
Yeah. I did, however, laugh out loud. This was one of the funnier moments for me, but it was because it was kind of out of left field, but I should have expected it.
Guys, we could die tomorrow, okay? This could be our last night. This may sound crazy, but we need to have an orgy. I'm not around. A safety orgy, you know. Stay together, like in the Old West with the caravans.
Yeah, that kind of that gave me a good chuckle.
A safety orgy.
How can you hate it when it gives you little chuckles, dude?
You know why I hate it? Because of shit like this.
Come out to the lake, have a few laughs.
Oh,
because of shit like that. That's why I hate it.
Come
I'm
out
like,
the
wait a
lake,
minute.
have a few laughs.
Wait, you're bringing Die Hard into this movie?
See, I giggled. I thought it was funny.
It was a face palm for me. I literally smacked my face and
see. Were you? I don't know. I don't know about the other three of you or the other two of you. I can't do math.
Well, there are three of us.
Well, I mean, you didn't like it.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Actually, I was very much a fan of the Die Hard reference.
Oh, I hated it. Halfway through my notes, I wrote, "I want everyone to die except the blonde." Because even the cute redhead was a jerk because she cheated on her best friend with that horrible person.
Yeah, but they were both drunk.
I guess.
And they were on a break.
They were on a break. Yeah, it was a Friends reference. Wow. I mean, just to prove a point of how much of a douchebag he is, he says this line.
Look, once the three of us are far away from this cabin, we can sit down like adults. We can try to figure out why you both find me attractive.
Who says that? That's such a douchebag thing to say.
I can think of three guys that we both know that might say something like that.
Yeah.
I wanted a beaver to jump through the wood right then and bite his nuts off. Oh, wait, that happened later.
I know.
God.
I'm not going to lie. That actually kind of made me a little sick.
Oh, yeah, that kind of hurt a little bit. When she was gnawing on his junk, man, that hurt.
Guess that beaver found some wood.
Oh.
You get a point for that one. You don't win the episode, but you get a point. It's not as good as Ex Sharkina, but it's pretty good.
I do what I can.
Did you guys notice the whole whack-a-mole game that they were playing? Again, nothing original in this movie at all.
No, but the originality was they had beavers to knock down.
Oh, that's the original. Instead of moles, it was beavers.
Yeah, yeah. They tweaked it. See, it's kind of like John Williams.
Wait, what?
You are not comparing this shit film to John Williams. Stop it.
He is able, in his brilliance, John Williams' brilliance, to take a classical piece and just tweak it a little bit to make it all his own and that much better.
You
have
now lost your opinion rights for the next 5 minutes for comparing this movie to John Williams.
But Zombeavers is able to kind of take those classic,
Stop it.
that Die Hard line and the Wacka Beaver.
I almost feel like you're just saying these things just to get a rise out of me.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of see where Sam's going with this.
Stop
even
it.
if
I
even
hate
if he's
you
being a
both
jerk
right now.
So
Okay, here's the other
As
thing.
a music educator, I cannot.
Exactly.
I cannot condone what you're saying.
Right, and a former music educator over here, Corny.
That's all right. I'm former. I've seen the light. I got out.
Hey, I went to a contemporary music festival or two.
Because you were
Yeah, you were
forced
to. We all did because we were forced to.
So they also changed the rules. Like, so the zombie beaver people they were just so zombified that all they can do was just, eat your nuts and whatever. But zombie redneck beaver guy has the ability to load a gun.
Yeah.
And fire it, aim and fire it. No, stop it.
You got to understand when you are so used to doing something, it's kind of like muscle memory. So even when you're beaverized,
if you have
to
remember
go this
that,
just simple muscle memory.
If you have to go this far to try to save your movie, that's a hard sell there, Sam.
So I'm gonna
totally out. But this line did make me laugh.
You sure you don't want some chicken?
I'm gonna need you to send that to me as a ringtone, please.
You mean this one?
Oh, I feel like a Power Ranger.
Actually, I think I'll take that plus my actual Power Ranger tone and put those together.
So weird. How would that come out of your wrist? Yeah.
You sure you don't want some chicken?
Yeah, that was funny. Because she's like packing his foot.
Well, between the Power Ranger line and by the power of Grayskull,
yeah,
we got
my
last
gosh,
week,
I love that one.
or several weeks ago, whatever we did.
Oh, I don't think I have it anymore.
That's some good stuff.
Oh, I think I got rid of it. Oh, I gotta.
No.
Hold on.
Which one?
I have to find. I'll find it.
By the power of Grayskull.
Yeah, I'll find it.
That was only a couple weeks ago.
I know.
2 weeks
Give me
ago,
a second. Jeez. I just had to find it. I put it in a place where I don't look.
With the power of Grayskull.
There, now it's in my library to play whenever I want.
Oh, by the way, so I told you guys I was gonna do that to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My boss was not pleased. We're in the middle of a meeting. He said something. I was like, by the power of Grayskull. He goes, I'm sorry, what? And I said, it was by the power of Grayskull. He goes, don't ever do that again. So sorry.
Nice.
I got fired. That's all.
I did write Zombear ? Then my next one was, and the bitch is the only one to survive. ... This is freaking cabin fever. Because I wrote that line just as she gets hit by the truck. What scene was that, Sean? It was this scene.
Hey, you see that girl?
Yeah, I see her.
I trust you.
Zombeavers.
Right. So, well, technically the outtakes were nice. But yeah. So did you guys ever seen Cabin Fever?
I'm trying to remember that
I
one.
saw Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, I know you have seen that one.
I don't think I've ever seen Cabin Fever. I've seen.
I think Cabin Fever might have been filmed here where I live in Moxville.
It was mostly in Wilmington, but they might have done some woody area up there. I do know that. Do you guys remember the TV show Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Corey and then Sean.
Right.
So Sean is the star of this particular movie, and it's the typical 5 friends, 3 guys, 2 girls go into the woods together, right? And but
Stuck in a cabin.
they're in a cabin. Well, one of them all of a sudden starts developing these weird symptoms, and then things happen, and then like their skin starts falling off, and they don't know what to do, and they're freaking out. And so
Is that the one where she makes out with the wolf? No, that was Cabin in the Woods.
Right. What?
Wait, what?
She makes out with the wolf.
Remember the Truth or Dare, and she starts making.
Oh,
out-
yeah,
Cabin in
yeah,
the
yeah,
Woods.
yeah.
Cabin in the Woods. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's Teen Wolf, Sam.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay, that too.
And which the point of it is that once they kind of one of the guys kind of thinks that he knows what's going on, and he thinks that there's something in the water, and so he takes like a 12-pack of beer and he just goes and hides in a cave somewhere until the morning so he can survive, and then the rest of the teens end up kind of killing each other and whatever, and there's a really interesting sex scene in there, but whatever. At the end, no wolves. At the end of the
Beavers?
movie, this is the spoiler. I'm going to spoil it for you guys. Do you care?
I'm not a big horror movie fan to begin with. So.
Go ahead.
I'll never forgive you.
Okay, so at the end of the movie,
Damn it, Sean! I was hoping to see that thing.
well, if you want to see that thing, go back and watch this movie where she's swiping through dick pics, on her phone.
Thursdays.
Yeah. So the guy with the beer comes back to the cabin, and he's like, and he looks around, and there's just like carnage, and there's dead people everywhere, and all this stuff. And he's like, "Yeah, I survived." And he opens the door, and the police are there, and the police have been alerted of what's happened here, and they kill him. They just shoot him in the face because they think he's also infected, and they don't want the infection to spread, so they just kill him, and so no one survives. The movie. So that's kind of what I meant by that. So if you are listening and have not seen Cabin Fever, and I just spoiled it for you, I'm really not that sorry because it's an old movie. And
what is our rule on old movies? Like, how far do they have to be out before we decide that we?
All right, let's make the rule right now. What's the rule?
I think 5 years is
5 years. That's a long time.
all right. Then
I don't know, but there's certain movies that you don't want to ruin still to this day. If you're a virgin to Shawshank Redemption, if there is still a person on this earth that is,
well, Declan is,
yeah, or look at Empire Strikes Back,
right?
So
I understand.
I don't want to ruin that for somebody,
right? But in fairness, that movie is 35 years old, so
yeah.
If you ruin it for someone, I don't think they can get mad at you.
True story. I have ruined Harry Potter twice.
Nice.
Twice. The very first time was when it came out, and I just jokingly, I knew nothing about Harry Potter except for the name Dumbledore, and I said in front of one of my classes, they were really excited about the new book and the movie coming out, and I said, "Oh, Dumbledore dies in this one," and just jokingly said that. And
not knowing that he actually did.
No, not knowing that he actually did. And some girl stood up and screamed at me and said, "How dare you ruin the book for everybody?" And I was like, I was just joking. And then, so really, she's the one that ruined it for everybody. But and that happened to me twice. I did it like a few years later, and this kid was reading the book, and I thought she had seen the movie, but apparently not.
Nice. Way to go, Andrew.
I know. So I think Harry Potter is kind of off limits completely.
Well, I think now, I mean,
I think we just ruined that anyway.
Well, I mean, the thing is that like, and I think, excuse me, especially when you have new media, like Sam and I have both read, Sam more than I have, the Game of Thrones books.
Yeah.
So Sam is aware of what's happened. Now at this point, whatever they make is just they're making it up. They're making it up because we're no longer, we're off book now. But so Sam knew what was happening. So because Sam knew that and the stuff was still coming out, he knows not to get on Facebook and go, "Ha, such and such dies in the very last scene of the last episode," because he would lose a lot of friendships that way.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's certainly that moratorium there, but I kind of feel like,
or like the Red Wedding.
A couple of, well, yeah, again, that's the same
thing.
thing.
How soon can you post on Facebook, "Oh my God, the wedding," or, so-and-so happened.
I still feel like, I mean, since we're 2 years away from the Red Wedding having been aired, I think we can talk about like what happened if you physically have the stomach to do so.
I actually have a friend who almost always spoils everything he sees. Like, he goes to watch a movie, he's like, "Oh, I really like this movie. I really like the part when this happened. Man, it was such a twist."
Andrew Lejeune?
No. It's another guy.
My dad does that.
Yeah, you do that sometimes, Sean.
I do, and I don't mean to though.
Oh yeah.
That's my problem. But because I have learned though, I have actually learned to like ask people like, "Wait, do you mean to keep talking?"
That was Corny's subtle way of telling you that it was you, Sean.
No.
By the way, I think our episode should be called "That's My Problem."
That's my problem. Yeah, I know. That's whatever. I just go up to little kids as they're reading the book. It's like, "He dies at the end, haha," and run away. No, I don't do that at all. That would be mean. Anyway,
where were we going?
The point was that I mentioned that I didn't want to spoil Cabin Fever, and then we were trying to figure out, because Cabin Fever is like a 10-year-old movie.
Oh,
so
safe. Yeah, fun.
So I'm really gonna have a jar that you guys are gonna have to put money into whenever you drop F-bombs.
I really tried not to. I'm sorry.
You tried not to. I'm not doing it right now. I mean, I'm not, it's not a hard thing
Wait
to
a
try
second.
not
I didn't
to.
hear an F-bomb. Did he?
I did.
He dropped one.
By the way, I am still like 3 behind Sam.
Well, gosh, yeah. Everyone's behind Sam in that particular category.
Hey, this movie didn't make me want to say it because I
54 or something other.
I think it said it enough for us.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't like, nothing compares to Wolf of Wall Street. But...
Kimberly watched Wolf of Wall Street with Megan and I.
Yeah.
Oh, geez,
and we only got through about half of it. But when we were going to bed that night, she goes, "Boy, they cussed a lot in that movie, didn't they?"
Did you tell her the amount of times that they said that word?
Oh yeah. Megan and I we started doing a count on our fingers, and it was kind of fun to just, flash through 10 at a time.
My toes now. Yeah. Just get like a counter app on your phone, and you just tap on your phone like Morse code.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah.
Also bleeping them out as you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I cannot believe I did that. I was gonna save my F-bomb for a very good moment. That was just not it.
Oh well, you're fired.
Sweet.
Bad form.
That's all right. Whatever. That's all my notes. And the moral of the story is, so we never agreed. I guess, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years is safe.
All right, 2 years.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader is Luke's father. Suck it.
And know with our audience here in the podcast, I'll always say, hey, I'm going to ruin something for you if you keep listening here in the next 5 seconds or so.
Well, definitely. And we obviously do that. I mean, in, I guess, all seriousness, if we're going to do an episode that's just come out in theaters, we always advertise that this is a spoiler episode that, when we all went and saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and then reviewed it, we let people know, hey, we're going to spoil the hell out of this movie.
Yeah, I'm glad Mary Jane lived. That was incredible. I did not see that happening.
Yeah, she did, but not the other girl.
Gwen.
She did.
Spoiler alert.
Did you guys happen to look at the post I put on Facebook of the 9 movies that ruined your childhood?
I did.
Yes, and I agree with every single one.
Yes.
The only one I disagreed with was the Amazing Spider-Man reboot, because I didn't think it was terrible. But in comparison to the first 2 Sam Raimi movies, I still think that the first Sam Raimi one is probably better.
I think the third one is worse than Amazing.
Oh yeah, the third movie is in a category all of its own. The third movie is like Fantastic Four territory.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's saying
Emo
something.
dancing.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
that
is
was
not
really bad. And they were gonna make a 4th one with Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire at almost 40 years old playing a college kid. Would have been funny. Yeah.
My spider sense is tingling.
Pours out my teeth.
No, that's just your balls dragging the ground.
Spider-Man. Oh. Starts hanging upside down, starts choking.
Even his he used to take a blue pill just for its web to come out.
He did have problems in the second movie?
Yeah, in the second one he had problems with it.
Swear this never happens.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Golf early.
Again, I wrote a bunch of tropes like the girls' weekend trope, the guys are douchebags trope, the thing that's trying to kill you is omniscient trope. They did the trope where like you learn something about your enemy and then the enemy does it. Like beavers are good burrower. They like to dig tunnels out of the ground. Like if they would have
like
said,
John Williams, you turn into whack-a-mole.
Like if they would have said beavers are excellent paratroopers, then they would have paratrooped in. I just.
Well, and in this movie, I was thinking to myself, I said, "Good God, it's just a beaver." It's not that terrifying. You could walk around these things from what it seemed like.
Yeah, I feel like all of us could have outrun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one that genuinely seemed terrifying was the bear and the dude with the gun that he learned how to load.
Yeah.
Other than that, it didn't really seem all that scary. Just, I don't know, but maybe that's we would not. Maybe we should make a horror movie where we're always using common sense.
Well, it's like the stoner in Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah. Well, the first time something happens, we're like, "Hey guys, we're going back now." You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we should stay and hang out and have a safety orgy. No, we're getting in the car and leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like
we're staying together. Number one, We're not going upstairs or downstairs to flee.
We're not sending Corny anywhere by himself.
That's a damn for sure. Well, actually, first of all, I'm gone. Like, that's just not happening.
Yeah.
I will say this. As
We're
I
gonna
watch
lose our deposit. Who cares? You know.
As I watch most horror movies, I say to myself, when the black person stays, I'm like, come on, man, you ain't gonna stay there. We are trained to leave immediately.
We're trained.
That looks weird. I'm out.
So the Cabin in the Woods did it pretty well because they immediately, once bad things happened, they got in the car to leave, and then they couldn't because the game makers would not let them.
Yes.
So at least in that particular scenario, they are trying to do the commonsensical thing to do, and the hand of God is preventing them to do so. So that, again, that's why I like that particular movie better than most, because
even some of the actions that they do within the cabin is explained by this weird mist that they spray into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So they're saying why some of these horror movie tropes were happening.
Yeah,
in the cabin.
We got to make them horny or something, or all the other stuff that happened. And the other thing is like, of course, the practical thing to do is when the evil gets in your hand is to cut it off and then put a chainsaw on the end of it. I mean, that's clearly the practical thing to do.
Groovy. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Hail to the king.
Hail to the king, baby. Audible.com sponsored this thing that we did today. audibletrial.com/CheapSeat Reviews will get you a 30-day free trial and a free audiobook.
Oh,
what if there's a Zombeavers audiobook?
Probably not. Trivia. John Mayer's feature film debut.
How did they rope him into this?
Hey John, I know you're in between relationships right now. You might come to this? Yeah, I'll do it. That's fine.
Right, yeah. Like, hey, we're, the only way I can imagine this happened is that they just put out a casting call for this dumb movie, and people are like John Mayer, and like, this thing's kind of fun. Like, well, we just need you to sit in a truck and just say funny things. Okay, I can do that. And then this other comedian, talked about how he had a gay relationship. It wasn't the dick; it was the whiskers.
And you remember that, and yet you still hate some of this.
I remembered it because I had to listen to it again to get clips, so that I could get this line.
Hey man, you see that deer up there?
Yeah, I see.
I don't think you do.
So I listened to that. I listened to the Power Ranger clip like 15 times just to get it right. So
I'm sure you did.
I have listened to that.
I feel like a Power Ranger.
I have listened to that a bunch.
I actually tried to figure out what that meant. I just started to just walk away.
Near the ending of the film closing credits, there's a disclaimer that no animals were harmed during the making of this film, although the bear did receive a purple nurple. Not our fault, he started it. Body count: 10 humans, 2 dogs, a bear, and a deer.
Oh.
So, and that's it. That's all I got.
Did anybody stay to the end credits?
No, I read in the trivia what it was, though.
Yeah, what was it? I didn't see it.
Sam?
Apparently it was zombies.
Yeah.
Get it?
A beehive falls on one of the dead zombies, and then they turn into zombies.
That actually would be more terrifying.
That would be way more terrifying than beavers.
Yeah.
You can see a beaver. You just got if you just got some waterproof boots, you can just kick one. Bees? That's terrifying. I guess like your only recourse is water. Like you just have to.
And then you got the beavers to worry about. So then
I think it's the same time. Yeah, I was thinking.
But imagine what a horror movie would do. That you're underwater, you can't breathe, and they're hovering above you, and they'd get a straw out so that they could try to breathe.
And then they would just come down the straw.
And they'd come down the straw.
And of course, you jump up and your mouth is like 20 times too big.
Yeah, and you got all these bees in your mouth. Yeah.
And you spit them out like machine gun bullets.
They stick into the tree by their stingers.
And you hear.
Did we just turn this into a cartoon? Soundtrack grade, I gave it a TE for totally 80s. Except for the cool crooner scene at the end of the crooner music.
Wait a second.
That music at the beginning was terrible.
What about her techno?
That EDM was awful. Especially that alarm thing. I hate it when DJs do that. Why do DJs do that? I'm not looking at you, Corny, to ask you. looking at you. But why do DJs do that? It's so annoying. Anyway,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Seriously.
by the way, I do have a DJ handle if y'all would like to know what it is.
You really don't know what we're talking about, Sam?
No, what alarm thing?
Give me a half a moment. Corny, talk about something important.
So every once in a while in my gigs, I end up DJing for part of it. I've decided to adopt a moniker, and I'm going by DJ Candy Corn.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's actually been kind of awesome.
DJ Candy Corn?
I
don't know if I could take you seriously.
No one ever does, but it was fun to go for the first gig. Yeah,
do you do the siren thing? DJ Candy Corn.
No, I don't do that, but I
spinning the vinyl.
But usually I go, DJ Candy Corn in the house, make your teeth all sticky. I do that from time to time.
I don't want you to say that ever again.
Usually people are nice and drunk, so it's
well, I guess that's fair.
Are you guys still there?
No.
I can't hear them at all.
Wait, hold on. Sam? Andrew? Oh, wait. They can't hear us because I unplugged the wrong thing. So hang in there.
This moment of silence is brought to you by technology.
This moment of silence is brought to you by Sean's ineptitude. Hey, guys. Welcome back. Even though you didn't technically leave.
We were always here.
Yeah, we were talking to you.
Seems to be you that is building the walls between us.
Or taking down the cables between us. Okay, this happened. That's terrible, by the way.
Yeah, that is.
That's truly awful. And then let me see if I can find this awful. Oh, here it is. Oh. This awful music that happened.
But you know what? Somebody's mother out there is pretty proud of their son or daughter for making that music.
Oh, hold on.
You seriously like this? You seriously don't? I don't listen. I can't believe I'm friends with people who have no taste in music.
There, that horn thing.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Every DJ ever in the last 5 years, that they use that, and then they introduce themselves. They'll have like a voiceover.
It's a union rule.
I mean, I think it is because like, because you hear that they'll just be spinning whatever. You'll be hearing them all about that bass, and all of a sudden you hear that. DJ Corny in the house or whatever.
Candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn making your teeth sticky, which is gross. I can't believe he made me say this.
Making your teeth sticky.
But he's paying me. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
He's doing that. I think he's doing it wrong. What did we learn? I learned that texting and driving will lead to zombie beavers. That's what I learned.
Actually, wouldn't that be a great little campaign?
Yeah. Don't text and drive or you'll create zombie beavers. That actually might be a pretty good PSA.
Yeah.
We should make that. See, that PSA I would watch.
Yes.
The more you know. Yeah, top 3. So top 3 this week is animals that will kill you in movies. Actual animals, not like weird, horrific alien or giant monster type, like not Godzilla or the weird monster from Cloverfield, but actual real animals that have killed you, or not you, but people in movies. Andrew.
The capuchin from the movie Outbreak.
Ooh.
Oh, right.
Yes.
That is a
whole
terrifying one.
It really is, the whole carrying diseases and spreading it to us. That's kind of terrifying. Anything, mainly piranha, but anything underwater that I can't see that scrapes up against my leg.
Sure.
That scares the piss out of me. And then the number one, when I was little, and I blame this on my grandfather, because we were sitting in the living room and he was watching the movie The Swarm.
Oh, God.
And bees, I cannot stand bees. And when you said zombies just a moment ago, that really is the most terrifying thing I could ever think of.
Well, why wasn't that on your list last week?
Was it Africanized bees we have now in the United States?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Oh, it is. And there are these giant
Africanized
wasps
bees?
too. I don't know what they are, but they're these giant wasps around my house that are like,
Oh, the big black ones with the really big black and yellow stripes.
yeah, apparently they're ants, but
Everyone calls them carpenter bees.
yeah. I don't know what they are, but they're terrifying as shit.
They eat
And
wood.
they're really, really terrifying when they dress up like ghosts.
What?
What?
And they go around scaring people, going boo.
Bee.
Anyone else getting the punchline here? I mean, Sam clearly thinks it's hilarious.
It's a booby.
Oh.
No, I saw it. I
Sam,
saw it.
you lose another point.
I thought about that immediately, and I decided no.
It's a booby. Oh my god. Are you like 9? What's wrong with you?
Hey, I enjoyed the scenes from this movie.
The wildlife portion of this movie was very nice, but that was a terrible joke. Corny.
All right, I'm gonna go with sharks from Sharknado.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because sharks flying in the air is actually fairly.
No, I
terrifying.
totally thought he said shart. And
Shart.
From a
I was like, why would you be afraid of sharks?
Oh, that'd be another
Flying
great movie,
sharks
Sharknado.
everywhere you go.
Oh gosh.
Sharknado.
Like a tornado lands
Shot
on
it.
a tornado lands on a sewage treatment plant, and it's a sharknado.
Oh, here we go. And then the lion from Ghost in the Darkness.
No, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the bunny from Monty Python.
Oh, that's perfect. Death awaits you with sharp, pointy teeth. Sam?
That rabbit is dynamite. Corny kind of stole my thunder here. I've got Ghost in the Darkness, which, doggone it, we did that movie.
Yeah.
But it didn't make it live, I don't think, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Did it?
No.
Do we not have that episode, really?
No.
Didn't that one crash?
Did we lose that one?
I think that was crashed.
Oh, man. That's a shame.
And then, I've got, of course, the rabbit. But my number one is Jaws.
Yeah.
Give me the shark.
I figured someone would do Jaws, so I actually opted for the bunny.
Yeah, the movie that prevented people from going in the ocean.
For a long time.
Yeah.
And it holds up. If you go watch it, it
still
takes a while to build up, but good God, when the shark is there, you know it's there. That's for sure.
Yeah, no joke. All right. Cool. I will tell you mine when my script comes back up. All right, number 3. The Anaconda from Anaconda.
that would have been an honorable mention. I was never really scared of them.
No.
But I love that movie for some reason.
I do too. It's kind of it's kind of campy, and that snake looks dumb, and it swallows John Voight whole and then spits him out and he winks at J-Lo. I mean, it's funny. It's got one of my
anaconda don't want none.
Right? It's got one of those great.
Unless you got hamburger buns, baby.
Yeah. It's got one of my favorite glitches of all time in the movie. If you've seen the movie where the snake eats the guy out of the air, he jumps off the waterfall.
Yeah.
The establishing shot is the boat comes into the scene. There's a waterfall. Well, they didn't film a shot of the boat leaving, so they just took that establishing shot and reversed it. And so as a result, the waterfall is going backwards. It's actually really funny.
Wow.
My number 2 is the dog from Cujo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That movie actually kind of scared me a little bit when I was a kid, and then I watched it again when I was like 12 or 13 and realized, wow, this movie sucks. And my number 1 was Jaws.
Yeah.
I don't swim in the ocean anyway, not because of that movie, but because of other things. But
how can you not? Don't you burn on land?
What? Don't I burn on land?
No, it's daylight, Sam.
Yeah, daylight. I could stand on Earth and not be burned.
He's levitating right now, folks.
I'm not technically touching the Earth right now. I'm in my house, but
well, daylight or bright lamps.
Anything other than 100 watts is actually pretty painful.
How about a gremlin? Actually, speaking of which, so
they're not real.
Oh, damn it! So I decided to make a little post on ye old Facebook, and I have some other honorable mentions that I'd like to throw in there.
You're right.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, this is live, people.
This is live. Ice-T and the Deadliest Game. Gremlins themselves and Raptors. Sam.
Yeah.
That should have been. Jaws, Cujo, and the Birds from the Birds.
Yeah, the Birds is pretty good.
Or Birdemic.
Oh my God, Birdemic.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Birdemic.
Still yet to see
that movie pisses me off. See, that movie makes this movie look like The Shining. I mean, because at least this movie has some like cinematic value. Some, not much, but some. Like that movie is shot poorly. Like there's bad audio, there's bad, you know what I'm saying? Like the practical effects in this movie were actually pretty decent. That movie is awful. And I don't even know if I would want to sit through it for this podcast. Like, not even to do a commentary track with you guys. I don't know if I could do it.
So it's not even, you don't even see it fun as a group. Like, this movie could have been fun as a group. I would think.
I would have probably had more fun than I had, but not a whole lot more fun with this movie. But with Birdemic, like, I watched it with Catherine and Billy, and I kept getting angry at what was happening. Now, I will say this. The really, really poor graphics. I mean, these clearly guys just doing like Adobe After Effects or something. Like it's the same graphic of the bird. But the thing that keeps making me mad is the whole movie is a PSA. Basically, they've taken an inconvenient truth and the birds and smashed it into one movie. The birds are attacking us because we're killing the planet. Like that's the whole point of the movie. Yee. So, anyway, yeah. So to answer your questions, I don't know if I would want to watch it for this podcast.
Yeah.
Just be honest with you. I have to draw the line somewhere. But then again, if Corny says, "Hey, you made me watch Children of the Corn. If you really want to watch Birdemic, then I'll watch it with you, pal."
No, I'm waiting until I find out. I'm waiting until I find out which movies all of you hate, and then we will watch that movie. Unless it's children's.
I don't have a movie that scared me though like that. Well, the only one that scared me as a kid, and y'all might laugh at this, was Lord of the Flies.
No, that could be pretty scary.
Children killing children is terrifying. When you're a kid.
Yes.
The only movie I could even think of right now is what we're probably going to watch the last movie of this month.
Is The Exorcist?
Is a movie that got to me when I first watched it, and I haven't watched it since, and just almost scared to watch it again.
Nice.
So, you kind of got mine there, Corny.
I just need to know there's real fear there. That's all that matters.
As long as there's real fear. I like this idea. Anyway.
As long as there is suffering, Corny is happy.
I want to use your tears to salt my fries.
I don't know why that reminded me of Super Troopers all of a sudden. Don't spit in that cop's burger. Oh, okay. Anyway, that's going to do it. Email? No, we don't have any more email. So, write us or I'll just keep bugging you.
Yeah, we haven't had some in a while, folks. Give us a shout out.
And somebody besides Jen and AOL Jeff need to email in. Let's just be fair.
Well,
it's okay if AOL Jeff or Jen emails. I'm perfectly fine.
Well, yeah, I love their emails. I mean, I do genuinely love their emails, especially when Jen gives us critiques. That actually kind of makes me happy. But feel free to email in and let us know who you are, because we will then know you. Top out of 10. Andrew, out of 10.
Well, I did have somewhat of a good time with this in moments, but it wasn't all that great. So I will say 4.5. Yeah, 4.5 flashlighted beavers.
Okay. Corny.
I'm going to give this a movie currency, and a movie currency of 5 Justin Beavers.
Justin Beavers. That's actually funny. That's a joke that grows on you a little bit.
I'll do what I can.
Justin Beaver. That's actually funny. I like that. Corny wins. Sam?
Well, we all know that
Suck it, Sam.
2 beavers are better than 1.
2 beavers are better than 1.
But I have to give it a little bit of extra credit there for making me laugh a few times and having a pretty darn good time with it Monday at work. It was a good little film. I'm going to say 4.
All right.
Not the best, absolutely not the best. I probably won't watch it again, but it was a fun little time.
That was good. I'm glad you had a good time. I really
Yep.
am. I didn't. Okay, I mean, in fair, I've ripped this movie apart for the last hour. I didn't hate it. Well, I kind of did hate it, but I wasn't.
Hey, you gotta admit, did we turn you around on this movie?
No,
not at all.
Are you starting to become a beaver?
No,
leader?
in fact, you've actually made me more angry with the John Williams reference. Or comparison, I should say. No, I will say I wasn't bored. I certainly wasn't bored. You know, so
because I was bored with Darn Rubber.
I kind of was too, you know, and that's fair. I kind of was bored, and I'm doing the thing that I'm not supposed to do, but I'm doing it anyway, where I go and I look at the list online to kind of
you can't use a negative point.
I'm not going to do negative.
So right now it's hovering what, 4.5?
Yeah, we're sitting right at 4.75. No, 4. Yeah, actually 4.5. And so 4.5 puts it alongside of Drinking Buddies.
Ugh. See, I liked it better than Drinking Buddies.
I actually kind of did too. So just to make sure that it sits above Drinking Buddies, I'm gonna give it a 4.25.
You ranked this thing higher than I did.
I did, but I don't like that at all. Okay, I'm changing my vote then. Screw the list. I'm giving it a 2, which is what I really feel. I don't care what happens to the list. It is a 2. It's not a good movie. There. It's in my Excel spreadsheet, so therefore it's you know, binding or something. I don't know. What are we doing next week? I don't know. What are we doing next week? We're doing something. We're doing Saw.
Oh, Saw.
Yeah, we are
torture porn, from what I've heard.
Yeah, we're doing Saw, and I can't wait to see Saw.
Oh. I've actually already
way to bounce back
seen
with that
Saw.
one.
I have not seen Saw, and I am so excited to see Saw.
Certainly.
I'm really done, I promise.
Certainly.
That's it. What we're doing next? Oh, I already said what we're doing next week. We're doing
Well,
Saw.
let me pump real quick. Wet Hot American Summer series on Netflix.
You're gonna pump it.
Yeah, hilarious. Lots of cameos. Lots of fun.
Very
and
fun.
then Foxcatcher is the weirdest movie I've seen in a long time.
Is it like Snowpiercer?
No, it's
I
a
was
wrestling
thinking just the
movie
same.
with I can't remember his name. Michael Scott.
Oh yeah,
from The
Carell?
Office. This
Carell.
is like a drama role for him.
Oh, right. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then, of course, last but not least, Joe Pesci.
Thank you, Sam.
Just-
we almost made the entire episode without Joe Pesci reference.
Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so next week we're doing Saw. Go to our website, CheapSeatReviews.com. You can vote which movie we're going to do last. Will it be The ABCs of Death or The Exorcist? I kind of want it to be The Exorcist just to terrify Sam for a little bit. And myself, because I've never seen it. So, but like I said, I got a bunch of great trivia about it.
At least by then you would have seen Saw.
Yeah. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/CheapSeatReviews. Twitter is @CheapSeatCast. You may follow me. I'm Sean J. Allred. Sam is Saniji16. Corny is Johnny Darko16. And Andrew is A. Jimison. Of course, you may leave us a review on iTunes and or Stitcher and where other fine podcasts are sold. And please send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. So on behalf of Corny, Sam, Andrew, thanks for filling in. Chad, we will miss you, and we will see you next week. Have a great night, and 2 beavers are, in fact, better than 1.
How can this be for the greater good?
The greater good.
Shut it!